everyone, I am Ms. Macedo. Welcome to our lesson. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about understatements and hyperbole. Are you ready? Let's get started. Let's start by taking a look at understatement. What's understatement? Is a form of irony in which something is intentionally represented as less than it is. It is often used to create humor. Look at this image. What do you see in this image? Pause this video for a few seconds and think about what you see here. Okay, now I'm going to explain. As you can see here, there are two people fighting, but this gentleman says, I am sensing some tension between you. So this gentleman is being ironic. He saw that there was a fight, but he's trying to make it seem less than it is by saying, I am sensing some tension between you. Understatement, a form of speech which contains an expression of less strength than what would be expected. As in this case, instead of saying fighting, he said tension. Understatement, presenting something as smaller than it is or less important than it is, in the same way that we saw in the previous example. Now we are going to take a look at a few examples of understatements. Oh, I'm a little unwell, just a scratch. Now look at this image. This lady is in a wheelchair and it seems like she got hurt very badly, but she's saying, oh, I'm just a little unwell, just a scratch. So she's being ironic and she's making it seem smaller than it is. She's making the situation seem less important than it is. Let's look at this example. It is a little bit warm outside. So as you can see, it's very hot. Look at this. It's 103 degrees outside. Look at the girl. She can barely walk. She's so sweaty. Look at the boy. He's cleaning himself because he's so sweaty. But what they're saying, it is a little bit warm outside. So they're being a little ironic about it and make it seem that it is less hot than it is. Another example of understatement. Well, Mom, there is a slight problem with the car. As you can see in this image, there is a big problem with the car. So a branch fell on the top of the car. So that's something very serious. But this person is making it seem less serious than it is. So he's just saying, oh, there is just a small problem, a slight problem with the car. Now that you learned about understatements, we are going to learn about hyperbole. Are you ready? Hyperbole is exaggeration. It puts a picture into the reader's mind. Example, you could have knocked me over with a feather. Actually, in reality, you cannot knock someone over with a feather, but this person is exaggerating. Hyperbole is used for emphasis, makes that part more important, or humorous effect. With hyperbole, an author makes a point by overstating it. So in the same way that in hyperbole, the author makes it seem more important, in understatements, the author makes it seem less important. Hyperbole is an exaggerated statement or claim. They are not meant to be taken literally. Let's take a look at a few examples of hyperbole. I am so hungry I could eat a horse. This is an example of hyperbole because you could not really eat a horse no matter how hungry you were. This example emphasizes your hunger. Another example, I told you 100 times to clean up your room. This is an exaggeration. Probably his mom probably told him a few times or several times to clean up his room. But here, she is exaggerating it by saying, I told you 100 times to clean up your room. In our last example before you start your activity, I nearly died laughing. This is an exaggeration. It's just they are just trying to say that they laughed so much, but it is impossible to die from laughing. This is an example of hyperbole because you could not simply die from laughing. Now, it is your turn to show your understanding of hyperbole and understatements. Look at this image here. Oh, I'm a little unwell, just a scratch. Is this an example of understatement or hyperbole? Pause the video and think about it and point to the correct answer. Understatement or hyperbole? Is this an exaggeration? Is this person trying to make her situation seem more important or less important? Pause the video and choose the correct choice. What about this one? Is this an understatement or hyperbole? I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. Is this an exaggeration? So pause this video and point to the correct answer. Understatement or hyperbole. Or you can tell someone next to you. And the last activity you are going to do today is this one. You are going to either create or a hyperbole or an understatement. And you can write down a sentence or you can just draw your hyperbole or understatement. Today, we learned about hyperbole and understatement. Remember that hyperbole is an exaggeration. You make something seem more important or bigger than it is. And with understatement, you make it seem less important than it is. Thanks for watching this video.